Hello. How's your day going so far? Good? Not so good? I wish you the best. I want to talk and read a little bit about what is a habit? Do you know what habits are? Let's find out. A habit can be any behavior you do that is automatic. Something you do that you may not even be aware of while it's happening. It's a behavior that has become second nature. And while it may not have started out that way, it has become habitual over time. An example of a daily habit could be something as simple as biting your nails when you are nervous, overeating when you are stressed, expressing gratitude daily, or even checking your phone and mindlessly scrolling through social media. It's only when habit type behaviors are brought into your awareness that you are able to notice them in the moment. This is often initiated by some type of external trigger. For example, maybe while biting your nails, during an argument with a friend, you bite too hard and it hurts. That instant feeling of pain almost shocks you out of your habitual nail biting, allowing you to notice the behavior at the time. Or maybe while out to dinner on a date, you are habitually scrolling through your phone, looking at social media posts. The waitress comes over to your table, asks you for your drink order, which then grabs your attention away from the picture of your old college roommate's new puppy and redirects you to the present moment. It's in this moment that behavior changes can be made. As I always like to say when working with patients, because I'm a caregiver, a medical assistant, and CNA. The power is in the pause. So, where do these habits come from? How are they formed? If we think about how our worlds were shaped throughout our upbringing, we were exposed to numerous behavioral patterns by those within our immediate environment. We learned and subsequently modeled ways of interacting with the world around us and how to view ourselves in relation to others. In relation to others. You see what I'm saying? As a child, we internalize the interaction cycles and self-narratives given to us, which over time become patterns, people. Simply put, a pattern is a behavior that sticks with time. In fact, patterns are all around us, not just in our behaviors. Patterns are found in nature, mathematics, language, even in the creation of city blocks. They are what make our world more predictable, a way to achieve consistency out of chaos and uncertainty. Patterns will generally have more of a familiar quality to them. This is because they are based upon the long-standing beliefs we have about ourselves, stemming from childhood, folks. They are predictable and pervasive, I meant. I have a stutter, amongst other things, which I forgive myself instantly for. So there. I'll read. repeat that. They are predictable and pervasive interaction styles that we apply within ourselves and our relationships. Themes we continuously fall back on without giving it much thought. It is these behavior patterns that lead to the creation of habits. As our patterns become more familiar over our lifetime and our behaviors more frequent, habits are formed. Did you know that? Yeah, it's deep, isn't it? The role our brains play. Human beings are creatures of habit. We crave predictability. God, the tongue, boy. We crave predictability, structure, and routine. We like to know what is coming next. Patterns and habits do just this. They offer a guideline, a rule book of sorts, which allows our brain to deal with other things in our environment that require our attention. For example, imagine driving a car for the first time and paying attention to every single component necessary to operate it effectively. We would have significantly fewer attentional resources to concentrate on anything else, such as other cars, stop signs, and road conditions. This is exactly why we would first practice in an empty parking lot and not a busy highway during rush hour traffic. The reduction of surrounding stimuli and distraction would be necessary to focus on the task at hand. Habits allow us to do things with little cognitive effort so that we can focus on new information or unexpected problems. How to do habits and patterns help us. Patterns and habits both make our world more predictable and manageable. They help us to feel safe, allow us to think fast in crisis, enable us to plan, and guide us on how to respond in social situations. They make our day-to-day lives easier and make us more productive, for God's sake. Think of them as our daily playbook, our how-to guide for the world around us. Even at its most basic level, a pattern or habit can tell us what comes next. For example, think of a traffic light. You are driving in your car, and up ahead you see the light is yellow. As you approach, you begin to slow down, knowing that it will soon turn red, requiring you to stop until it turns green. How do you know this to be the case? You can predict the flow of the traffic light because you have experienced it many times before. Establishing, maintaining, and, when needed, adjusting patterns and habits are an integral part of our lives. So as you can see, we have many habits, don't we? How many of those habits serve us positively, serve us spiritually? Help us stay healthy, right? Self-evaluation is necessary in order for us to check ourselves. Because you see, most of us are walking around in our feelings. So when we hear constructive criticism, a lot of people can't take it. It either triggers them, causes them to be violent, etc. So when you have that problem, do it yourself. Know that you have a problem. Don't wait to be complained upon. Be intentional in your life. Fix your problems. I'll be back with more tips.